Hi, I'm Brian Davis, the amateur cook with time on his hands. You know I love a curry, and you know I love chicken curries. I find chicken a very versatile meat. As you see on the channel, I do a lot of recipes with chicken. I've decided to do butter chicken, and there's a little bit of a driver for that. A restaurant I go to, they reckon they've got fantastic butter chicken. I'm not mentioning any names, but those who watch this who know that restaurant will understand. When I was there and they said it was one of their house specialities, I wasn't very impressed. So following on from the chicken tikka masala, I thought, why don't I make a butter chicken? Very similar, except we bring the spice level right down and we use butter to create a really smooth, lovely sauce. So here's my take on butter chicken. And those that know what I'm talking about, I'll share the recipe with you as well and come over and show you how to cook it. Okay, we're going to do the marination. I've got a kilo of chicken thighs cut into bite-sized pieces. My spices, I've got 2 teaspoons of chopped garlic, 2 teaspoons of ginger paste, 3 teaspoons of garam masala, 2 teaspoons of turmeric, 1 teaspoon each of salt, black pepper, 1 teaspoon of paprika, and a teaspoon of red chili powder, and a cup of yogurt. So all I'm going to do is put all of that in there. I'm just going to mix it all in, and then I'm going to leave it overnight. And I find overnight is the best. You get all the flavour infused into the chicken, and the yogurt does its job of making the chicken tender. But if you're short of time, you could leave it for half an hour. The flavour would just, it's not as smooth, not as throughout the chicken, but it would be okay. Okay, we're just going to grill off our marinated chicken. Bit of canola and butter spray just to make it easy to clean afterwards. You know I prefer to grill off my marinated chicken to make it more like authentic chicken tikka pieces. As I said last night, I've prepared 1.2 kilos just so I can make sure I get the maximum amount of chicken into the sauce. And if there's any left over, we just heat this up and serve it as a side dish as chicken tikka. So we'll just close that. Leave it for 5 minutes, come back and cook off the rest. In 3 minutes, let's just have a quick look. Oops, some stuck to the top. Let's sort that out now. That's all ready to go in the curry when we've done the sauce. Okay, here we go. We're going to make this in 2 stages. We've got to make the sauce first. We put in the ghee. So we actually make this sauce, and then we actually, it should be a very smooth sauce, so we cook the sauce. And then we put it into a blender and sieve it till it becomes nice and smooth. So it becomes nice and smooth. I mean, we use ghee instead of oil for the onions because it is a butter chicken dish, so we want as much butter flavour as we can in there. You can see I've already put the onions through the hand blender. I'm going to go in with all the spices except the sugar. My ginger and garlic. And cashew nuts. This is the juice from grilling the chicken, the marinade juice. little bit of water in there because we're going to cook this off, these tomatoes off for 15 minutes. Just so that all the flavours infuse. And we're going to let it cool down, and we're going to hand blender it so it's nice and smooth. Then we will sieve it, and then we'll put the dish together. See you in approximately 15 minutes. Okay, we're halfway through. I have added a little bit more water because the sauce is going to thicken once we grind up the cashew nuts and the tomatoes, and then add the cream and butter at the end. That's been 15 minutes now. As you can see, the sauce is nicely infused. The cashew nuts will have gone softer, which will make them easier to grind. So now what I'm going to do is just take out the sauce, let it cool a bit, and then grind it in my hand blender until it's nice and smooth. And then we'll pass it through a sieve so it's nice and free from lumps and tomato seeds and that sort of thing. And then all we've got to do is then finish it off by adding the butter, adding the cream, and then adding the chicken. Okay, so now we're going to start grinding the sauce with a small hand blender. We're going to do this in batches. Quick look. That's coming smoother now, yeah. You can see the colour's changed. We want the sauce to be as smooth as possible, so once we've finished grinding it all with a hand blender, we'll then put it through a sieve to remove all the pips from the tomatoes. Look at that now. Just want to check that. Yeah, that's nice and smooth now, yeah. In fact, I may not have to put this through the sieve. I'll have a look at it when I'm finished. Right, I'll finish this all off. I'll be back when I've completed it. So we've got the sauce done back in the wok. You don't have to use a wok from this, you can use a regular pan. I'm going to a little bit of water just to loosen it a little bit. And we're going to go with 3 tablespoons of butter. That's all 50 grams, you can just put 50 grams. I did weigh that after I've measured it out to confirm that. And this is where we're going to get that rich butter flavour from, with that and from the ghee. And that's it, nice. Then in with our cream. Then our kashew metha, which ground is half a teaspoon, which was a teaspoon. You can smell what that does. Oh, I've never used that herb before. I had to buy it specially for this dish, but it does give some taste, smell to that. Oh, yes. Okay, let's just try this quickly. The gravy or the sauce is the right consistency. You can see it looks nice and smooth. We didn't have to sieve it after all, which was a godsend because it's messy and takes time. I'm going to have a quick taste before we do that, just to make sure I've got my seasoning right. I think that will just finish it off nicely. Let's get that stirred and melted in. So that was 4 tablespoons or 75 grams of butter that we used in the end. And that will just give it a little silky, extra rich taste. As I keep saying in these videos, once you made the dish once or twice, then you decide how you want to spice it up. I'm just going to give it 1 more teaspoon of brown sugar. And I think we've got that where we need it to be. Just leave it 5 minutes, serve it up, and then we do the taste test. There we are, Garnish with a few leaves of fresh coriander, ready to serve. Time for the taste test. I'm looking forward to this. Spice level, perfect. Consistency, silkiness of the sauce, perfect. Chicken cooked perfectly. I've impressed myself again. I impressed myself with chicken tikka masala. Now I've done it with butter chicken. I'm Brian Davis, the amateur chef with time on his hands. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and please give me a thumbs up if you've liked the video. See you next time.